Today's thought is dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home, studying well, and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English. And this is our revision lecture number 8. Students, today in this video, first of all, we shall revise our poem number 4, that is The Last Bargain, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore. It is taken from Honeydew book. After then, we shall revise our chapter number 9, that is Mood. And this chapter is taken from P.C. Wren's grammar book. Students, basically in this video, we are not going to learn or revise these chapters or topics in detail because we have already discussed them in detail. So today, we shall just have a review of all these topics or chapters. After then, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of chapter 10, that is the infinitives. So let's start our revision with our poem number 4, that is The Last Bargain, which is taken from Honeydew book. Before start reading the poem in detail, let's see the introduction of the poem. The question arises, what is bargain? A bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. The Last Bargain is a soulful poem written by famous Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. In the poem, the speaker is telling about the worthlessness of worldly things, power and beauty. Note that every human on earth is trying to achieve these three things. For him, every material thing on earth is mortal. Mortal means that cannot live forever and must die. And note, everlasting. Different people come to him with different types of worldly things. However, the speaker rejects them one by one. Finally, he makes a bargain with nothingness, which symbolizes the free spirit. The poem is divided into 4 parts or stanzas with a different number of lines. We shall discuss the poem line by line in order to go through the hidden meaning. To know about it, what is there in the poem and what are the main points of the poem? So let's read the detailed summary of the poem. So let's see what is there in the poem and how the poem starts. The Last Bargain by Tagore is a 16 lines poem composed in blank verse conveying a strong message, well needed for the materialistic world, that no power, money or lust can make us happy. Simplicity and innocence are the most supreme of all. The poem The Last Bargain opens with the speaker walking on the stone paved road and asking out to hire him. Or we can say the poem is about someone looking for a job. However, he wants to be hired without losing his freedom. The poet tells us that he received offers from the rich, the powerful and the beautiful. However, he turned them all down. At last, he met an innocent child. He immediately accepted his offer. So this is a brief introduction of the poem. The King's Proposal. The first offer came from a king early in the morning. He had more power than wealth. He offered the man his power in return for man's labor. The man, however, felt that the king's might was not worth much, so he refused the king's offer. The Rich Man's Proposal. The second offer came in the midday, when it was really very hot, an old man offered him a lot of gold in return for his labor. The man was not much impressed. The wealth did not attract him, so he refused that offer. Or we can say, during the midday there was an old man with a bag of gold. The speaker wandered along a twisted lane comprised of houses with shut doors. The old man tells the speaker that he would hire him with his money. He measured the gold coins which he carried in his bag, but the speaker rejects all his money. The speaker turns away all the money because money will soon be spent and money cannot buy us everlasting happiness. The beauty's proposal. Then it was evening. There was natural beauty all around. There were flowers in the hedge. A beautiful lady came to the man. She gave a pretty smile. She offered to give the man her smile in return for his labor. However, the man found that her happiness was only sorrow in disguise. So he refused that offer also. Or we can say, in the evening, the garden fences were full of flowers. A fair maid or fair lady comes out and tells the speaker that she would hire him with a smiling face. But her smile faded away and she melted into tears and returns into the dark, leaving the speaker alone. The last proposal. Ultimately, the man came to the seashore. There he found a child playing with shells. The child offered to take his services in return for nothing. The man accepted the offer because while playing with the child, he was still a free man. Or we can say, finally, the bargain is struck by a child who hires the speaker with nothing. While the sun was glowing on the sands and the sea waves lashed along the shores, a child was seen playing with shells. The child raised his head and smiled as if he already knew the speaker. The bargain of the child makes the speaker a free man. Therefore, power, money, or lust couldn't free the man or couldn't free the speaker, but power of innocence had the ability to break away his bondage. The child had the power of enslave him. So, this is the whole summary of the poem. So, now let's revise our chapter number 9, that is mood, which is taken from P.C. Wren's grammar book. So, let's start our chapter and see what is the meaning of mood. Mood is the mood or manner in which the action denoted by the verb is presented. Or in simple way, we can say that the mood in English grammar does not refer to the emotion of the action or anything like that. Instead, the mood of the verb refers to whether or not something is a fact. The intention of the speaker, writer is understood by the mood of the verb. To clarify, let's see some uses along with their examples. Number 1. The simplest use of a verb is to make a statement, means sentence of fact, or ask a question. For example, I write to my brother every week. It is a simple fact that I am writing a letter or anything every week to my brother. And here, write word is a verb. Number 2. Who wrote that letter? So, this is a question asked by someone. And here, the verb is wrote. and it is a second form of write. Number 2 use is but. A verb may also be used to express a command. It is not necessary that it is always used, means a verb is always used as a fact or to asking a question. It may express command also. For example, write neatly. It is a command. To make it impressive, you have to write it down neatly. So here, write word, it is a verb to show the command. Number 3 is or. A verb may be used to express a mere supposition. So here the meaning of supposition is an idea that a person thinks is true but which has not been shown to be true. And mere means used to say that just the fact that somebody or something is present in a situation is enough to have an influence. For example, if I were you, I would not do it. It is just only a imagination, supposition. And here were, it is a form of be and it is playing a role of verb here. So these different modes or manner in which a verb may be used to express an action are called mode. Let's see how many kinds of moods are there. Number 1 is indicative mood. Number 2 is imperative mood. Number 3 is subjunctive mood. So in English, there are mainly 3 kinds of mood. Let us see what is the meaning of indicative mood. The indicative mood is a form of a verb that makes a statement, or you can say sentence, or ask a question. I repeat it again. It is a form of a verb that makes a statement or asks a question. Let's see what are the uses of indicative mood with examples. Number 1. Indicative mood is used to express a command. To clarify it, let's see an example. Rama goes to school daily. Here the word goes is a verb and the sentence shows a command. Number 2 is it is used to ask a question. For example, have you found your book? So here the words have and found, they both are verbs. In each of these sentences, the verb in italics yellow color is said to be in the indicative mood. Let us see what is the meaning of imperative mood. An imperative mood is a form of a verb that expresses an order, a request, an advice, encouragement, instruction, or suggestion to do a thing. I repeat it again. It expresses an order, a request, an advice, encouragement, instruction, or suggestion to do a thing. Let's see what are the uses of imperative mood with examples. Number 1. Imperative mood is used to express a command. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Number 1. Wait there. So here the word wait is verb and the sentence shows a command. Obey the traffic rules. Number 2 rule is it shows an exhortation. Exhortation means the act of strongly encouraging. For example, take care of your health. Here the word take is verb and this sentence shows encouragement. Number 3 rule is It is used to show an entity or prayer. Entity means humble request, or we can say entity. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Have mercy upon us. The meaning of mercy is kindness, and here have, it is verb, and this sentence shows humble request. Number 2 is give us this day our daily bread. A verb which expresses a command, an exhortation, an entreaty or prayer is in the imperative mood. In each of the sentences which we have already discussed in our previous slide, the verb in italics red color is said to be in the imperative mood. Note one thing, the imperative mood can strictly be used only in the second person, since the person commanded must be the person spoken to. The subject of a verb in the imperative mood, you, is usually omitted. Or we can say that in imperative mood, verb into command or request, or it shows command or request, it always uses the second person as the subject of the sentence. And most of the time, the subject remains hidden. But in the first and third persons, a like sense is expressed by the use of auxiliary verb let. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Let me go. Let him go. Let us go. Let them go. So here, in the first and second persons, a like sense is expressed by the use of auxiliary verb let. Let us see what is the meaning of subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood is a form of a verb which expresses doubt of any kind, for instance, a condition or supposition contrary to fact, a wish, a purpose, a demand, or a suggestion. I repeat it again. It expresses, for instance, a condition or supposition contrary fact, a wish, purpose, demand, or suggestion. Let's see the uses of subjunctive mood with examples. Number 1 is subjunctive mood is used to express a wish or desire. To clarify it, let's see some examples. Long live the president. So here this sentence shows a wish, and here live is verb. Number 2 is God bless you. It also shows wish, and here bless word, it is a verb. Number 3, I wish Sita were here. So here the word were is verb and it shows desire. Number 2 is it is used to express a condition or supposition contrary to fact. Here the meaning of condition means the statement that something or somebody is in. And the meaning of supposition is an idea that a person thinks is true but which has not been shown to be true. Contrary means completely different or opposite. To clarify it, let's see some examples. If I were you, I should agree. It shows supposition, means if I were you, but I am not, I should agree. Number 2 is if I were king, you should be queen. So here it is also showing supposition, or you can say condition. Number 3 is if he were here, he would support me. It shows condition. So in each of these sentences, the verb in italics green color, that is were, is said to be in the subjunctive mood. There are few exceptions where subjunctive case is totally different from indicative case. So let's see what are those exceptions. Subjunctive mood is almost the opposite of the indicative mood, or we can say it is totally different from indicative mood. This mood usually mixes the tense of the verbs. I repeat it again. This mood usually mixes the tense of the verbs and does not follow the common use of the tense Subjunctive has some different structures from the other structures of the sentences. In form, the subjunctive differs from the indicative in the following ways. Means, in the form of the verb, the subjunctive mood is totally different from the indicative mood in the following ways. Let's see how. Number 1. In the case of the verb be, the subjunctive has distinct means completely different forms for the present tense and past tense. With the help of a table, along with the examples, let's clarify the first case. In the present tense, indicative mood, I am word is used. It is a verb and according to subject it is changed. But as you can see, in the subjective mood, I be is used. It is not changed according to the subject. As same as in the past tense also. You can see in the indicative mood, I was. And in the subjunctive mood, I were. So in the subjunctive mood, the tense form is not changed. It is remain same. Let's see more examples. He is. He be. In the past tense, he was. He were. In the present tense, we are. We be. So we, it shows plural form, that's why are is used here. But in the subjunctive case, the tense form is not changed. The same with the past tense also. We were, we were. You are, you be. So you is always counted as plural. So that's why are is used in the indicative present tense. But in the subjunctive present tense, you be. So the form of the tense is not changed. The same is with the past tense also. In the indicative case, you were, and in the subjunctive case, you were. They are, they be. In the past case, they were, they were. So you can see the table. In the indicative mood, all the form of the verbs are changed according to the subject. But in the subjunctive case, whether it is present tense or whether it is past tense, the verbs are remain same. In the present tense, be form is there, and in the past tense, were form is there. So that's why it is totally different. Means subjunctive mood is totally different from the indicative mood. Note one thing. Of these subjunctive forms of the verb be, there are only two forms of the past tense which are now in general use. The first person singular and third person singular. I repeat it again. Of these subjunctive forms of the verb be, there are only two forms of the past tense which are now in general use. That is the first person singular and third person singular. To clarify it, let's see some examples. If I were you, I would not go. So here, were, it is a verb and it is used with first person. Number 2, if he were here, he would go with us. So again, were is here, verb, and it is not changed according to the subject, and it is used with third person singular he. Second case is, in other verbs, the subjunctive has the same form as the indicative, except in the third person singular number of the present tense. I repeat it again. In the other verbs or in other verbs, the subjunctive has the same form as the indicative mood, except in the third person singular, that is he, she, it, numbers of the present tense. Because with the third person singular in the present tense, we add s or es. Let's see with the help of the table how it is different. In the indicative present simple tense, he speaks means here speaks word is a verb and it is changed according to the subject he. That's why we have add s or es, because according to rule we add s or es with he, she, it, that is third person singular in the present simple tense. But in the subjunctive case, we have not added s or es with the verb. Here it is simple first form of the verb. As you can see, he speak. That's why in the case of third person singular number of the present tense, subjunctive case is totally different from indicative case. That's it. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapters explained by me. And your homework is do assignment based on poem 4, that is The Last Bargain of Honeydew book, and chapter 9, that is Mood of PC Wren's grammar book, which is uploaded under homework column on EdCork website. Students, you have to do this assignment in your fair notebook by following the correct format. So in this video, now we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of chapter 10, that is the infinitives, which is taken from PC Wren's grammar book. We have already discussed meaning of verbs, finite verbs, non-finite verbs, infinitives, types of infinitives and uses of infinitive with examples in our previous video. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was revise chapter 10, that is the infinitives, from the book or video, and based on the understanding of the topic do exercises mentioned in the video or book PC Wren's as page number 54 exercise number 1, page number 55 pair work. So now let's discuss the exercises in detail. Let's see exercise number 1. State how the infinitive is used in the following sentences. Number 1. There was nothing for it but to fight. So here to fight is the infinitive and it is used as an object of complement. Number 2. The order to advance was given. So here to advance is the infinitive and it is used to qualify a verb usually to express purpose. Number 3. He is slow to forgive. Here to forgive is the infinitive and it is used as an object of complement. Number 4 is, and fools who came to scoof remained to pray. Here, to scoof is the infinitive and it is used as an object of verb. Number 5, thus to relieve the reached was his pride. Here, to relieve is the infinitive and it is used as a subject of a verb. Number 6, full many a flower is born to blush unseen. Here, to blush is the infinitive and it is used as an object of a verb. Number 7, music hath charms to soothe the savage breast. Here, to soothe is the infinitive and it is used as an adjective. Number 8 is, to retreat was difficult, to advance as impossible. So here, to retreat is the infinitive and it is used as a subject of a verb. Number 9 is, everybody wishes to enjoy life. So here, to enjoy is the infinitive and it is used as an adjective. Number 10, there was not a moment to be lost. Here, to be lost is the infinitive and it is used to represent present progressive action in form of passive voice. So now let's see the pair work. Combine the following pairs of sentences by using infinitives. One example is already done for you. Napoleon was one of the greatest of generals. He is universally acknowledged so. So the answer is, Napoleon is universally acknowledged to be one of the greatest of generals. Note, it will be noted that we have turned one of the sentences into a phrase containing an infinitive. Number 1. Every cricket team has a captain. He directs the other players. Answer is, every cricket team has a captain to direct the other players. Number 2. You must part with your purse. On this condition only, you can save your life. Answer is, you must part with your purse to save your life. Number 3. His father went to Ajmer yesterday. His object was to visit the shrine of the Sant Khwaja Peer. Answer is, his father went to Ajmer yesterday to visit the shrine of the Sant Khwaja Peer. So as you can see that we have used here to infinitive. Number 4. He wants to earn his livelihood. He works hard for that reason. Answer is, he works hard to earn his livelihood. Number 5. The insolvent's property was sold by the official assignee. The insolvent's creditors had to be paid. Answer is, the insolvent's property was sold by the official assignee to pay his creditors. Number 6. The strikers held a meeting. They wished to discuss the terms of the employers. Answer is, the strikers held a meeting to discuss the terms of the employers. Number 7 is, everyone should do his duty. England expects this of every man. Answer is, England expects every man to do his duty. Number 8. He must apologize for his misconduct. It is the only way to escape punishment. Answer is, he must apologize for his misconduct to escape punishment. Students, note the important informations. On Monday, solution of assignment will be uploaded on EdQuark website under homework solution column. On Tuesday, test will be conducted and uploaded on EdQuark website as well as on your WhatsApp groups. No video lectures will be uploaded on Monday and Tuesday. So this is the end of the lecture. Students, if you like our videos, then click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.